Hello everyone, welcome to Fry's Corner Bar Kitchen. I'm here solo, getting ready to make Jacques Pepin's Cuban black bean soup. And it's a very easy recipe. There's a few ingredients, but it's not an overwhelming process. It's probably about a 10 to 15 minute prep, hour and a half cook, add some more things, let it cook another hour. So I'm going to show you the first part of it. What I've done is I have a pound of black beans here. I've sorted through these to look for stones and any split beans. You don't want anything that's split like this one here. I doubt if you can see this, but this bean is split, so throw that away. So the first thing you're going to do with these is you're going to rinse these really well. I have Goya organic black beans. We try to eat a lot of organic food when we cook, or when I cook. Same with Shannon. So, I have already added into my pot over here on the stove 2 quarts of water, 1 quart of, I use unsalted or low sodium chicken stock. I'm going to add that into the pot here. I'm going to add 1/2 a cup of brown jasmine rice. I always rinse it off as well. I want to try to get a lot of the starches off. So whenever you cook rice, whether it's in a rice cooker or regular just on the stove, you always want to really rinse it until the water runs clean. And that will help make sure that the rice doesn't stick and it gets a lot of the starches off. And rice also has some sort of a coating on it that you'd like to rinse off. So here I have my spice blend, and I don't know if you can see that, but the salt just covered it up. I have a 1/2 teaspoon of organic cumin. I have a 1/2 teaspoon of really nice dark chili powder. I have 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm going to throw this in. And I'm going to bring this to a fast or a rapid boil. And then I'm going to turn it down to low, put the lid on it, and that's going to cook for approximately an hour and a half. It could go a little bit longer. I'm not trying to cook it until the beans are completely done, because after that hour is up, I'm going to be adding some other ingredients, and then I'm going to let that cook for another hour. So I'll be back in an hour and a half. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Fry's Corner Bar's Kitchen. It's been about an hour and 35 minutes, and I'm ready to add the second set of ingredients. And what I have here is approximately 12 ounces of salsa, 2 cups of onions, a cup of leek, about 5 cloves of garlic, and I have my cilantro stems and some salt. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this all into the black bean soup that's cooking. It's not quite done. It's got about another hour to go. So I'm going to add this in. Now remember, you don't have to use salsa if you don't want to. You could use canned tomatoes, like a 14.5 ounce can, I believe it is. This is about 2 cups of rough chopped onions. What I mean by rough is they're not diced, they're just sort of on the rougher side. And the same with the leek. Hopefully you can see that. It's just a rough chop. This is the stems of the cilantro again. I chopped this a little finer, and I didn't put in quite as much as what the recipe called for, only because I'm not a huge cilantro fan, but I do enjoy some of the flavor. My son Jake, he can't stand it. He can pick out the tiniest amount, so I always have to be careful when I'm cooking whenever he's here, just because of the fact that he is not a fan of cilantro. And I'm going to add a nice pinch of salt to go with this. And then give this a nice little stir. I want to get this in there nice and well mixed in. So this is getting a little on the thick side here, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So I am going to move the camera because this has to cook for about another hour. So just bear with me. So this is a little on the thick side, and I don't want it to be a stew. I want it to be a nice creamy broth. So I'm going to add probably a cup of low sodium chicken stock. Okay, so this makes approximately 12 cups, or yes, 12 servings, not 12 cups, sorry. So I'm going to bring this back up to a boil, and then I'm going to cover it. Then I'm going to let it finish off for about another hour, and then it should be done, and I'll show you some serving suggestions when it's done. And Shannon should be here, and she's going to be making some awesome cocktails, so make sure you guys tune in for that, as well as our regular show that starts at 7 Central, or 7 Eastern, 6 Central. Okay? See you in a little bit.